Look at some of the kinds of equations we've been using in our class. I want to give a big shout out to Delta Math here. This problem is from Delta Math. Teachers, if you don't use Delta Math for your math teaching, you're missing out. They do a great job, and pay for the premium version, it's worth it. So I want to do this video just because I like how I present this a little bit better than how they do on their help videos. So I'm just going to throw that out there, and oh well. So when you look at a problem like this, you need to kind of pick apart what's happening. So pause the video if you need to read it carefully. But what's happening here is this person's getting charged for 4 hours of work and $85 for parts. Okay, and you get a total cost of $225. And oftentimes people can work these things out in their head. Okay, how many hours was it? And they figure it out. But the problem is the equation is being expected here, and sometimes that can be difficult for people. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, look, X is supposed to be the cost of labor, and let's just try this. Take a guess at what you think the labor might be. And it doesn't matter what your guess is, just throw it out there and see what you get. Let's say 50 bucks an hour. Okay? So if I guess 50, then what's the total cost going to be? It should be 225, but maybe it won't be. So I would do 4 times 50 for the work plus the $85, and then figure out what that's going to be. Well, 4 times 50 is 200 plus 85 is 285. Okay, so did we guess right? No, we didn't. But I'm not going to get real upset about that. I'm just going to take another guess. This guess was too high apparently, because we got 285. We're only supposed to get 225. Let's shoot low. Let's try 25. Okay, so at 25, how much is it going to cost? And some of you might be going, well, shoot, you know it's not going to be 25 because, for all the reasons, I know that the answer is wrong. In fact, I wanted it to be wrong in the first place because I want to keep demonstrating that your guess really doesn't, I don't care if it works or not, because what we're looking for is a pattern. You probably recognize that we would do 4 times 25 plus 85, okay? And 4 times 25 is 100 plus 85 is 185. We shot low this time. Okay? And now I'm going to point out something. If you keep guessing, you're going to get it right eventually. Okay? Unless you make some silly little math error, you're going to get it right. But what we're going to do is try to write an equation to get the answer done faster. So instead of guessing another number, I'm going to say let's use the letter that they said, X. Okay? Now X is a variable, right? Over here in this math, in these expressions, what was the only thing that was varying? Well, this number that I was multiplying by 4. So instead of putting another number there, I'm just going to put 4. I can use parentheses or not. I'll delete them. 4 times X instead of 4 times 50 or 4 times 25, plus the same 85 we were adding before. And what's this supposed to equal? 225. Okay? Well, now we've got our answer for the equation. 4X plus 85 equals 225. Okay? And you've been solving equations like this for a while. You're just going to take 225 and you're going to subtract 85. I'm doing that off camera here. You get 140. Divide that by 4 and you get $35 an hour. Okay? And so there's your answer. Okay? If we take a look at another problem like that, here's Kadeem riding a bicycle. You can pause the video to read it if you want. He's going to ride for 5 more days, but he's already ridden 16 miles, okay, and he wants to ride 52 miles in a week. Well, some people are just fine at just writing the equation and knowing exactly what to do, and that's great, but I'm not expecting you to be there yet. Okay, you'll get there eventually, but here's how I get there if you're not sure how to write the equation. Okay? Take a guess at what the average number of miles he would have to ride each day is to meet his goal. Okay? I don't know, let's just say he's got to ride 10. Now I know that's too high, okay, but so what? Okay? If he rides 10 miles a day for 5 more days, 5 times 10, okay, plus the 16 miles he's already ridden, okay, so is that 52? Well, it's not, and I don't care. Okay? It happens to be 66. Okay? I don't care that I got it wrong. Okay? Let's take another guess. Let's guess low this time. Let's try 5. Okay? So, in fact, let's make it 4. Okay? So now wouldn't I multiply 5 times 4, okay, to get the number of miles he's going to ride for the rest of the week plus the 16, okay? That gets me 20 plus 16 is 36. I guessed too low. Okay? By the way, I changed that from a 5 to a 4 just because I didn't want to have 2 5s in here. I wanted to be clear which one was the variable. So that's why I changed that. Besides, I knew 20 plus 16 to be easier to add in my head. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of guessing another number, which would be between 4 and 10, I'm just going to say, look, why don't we just use the x that they said instead? And then the only thing that's going to be different up here is, instead of multiplying 5 by 10 or 5 by 4, we'll multiply 5 by x. We'll still add 16, and we hope to get to 52. Okay? So now we've got our equation. 5x plus 16 equals 52. And when you solve that, 52 minus 16, and then divide by 5, you get 7.2 miles per day. Okay? We would have guessed that eventually. Okay? We would have guessed 7 and then 8 and say, well, it's between 7 and 8, and we'd narrow it down. But this just got us there faster. So that's how you can do these things a little bit easier for writing and solving equations in context.